It's Tuesday, 18th of April, 11:24 in the morning, North American Eastern Time, as I start recording this YouTube video. uh, so here are some key points the Leafs have to nail down if they're going to have a good chance, of beating the Bolts in Game 1 of that 2023 playoff series. These are lessons from last night's Oilers 4-3 overtime loss to the Kings. Number one, taking penalties is a bad idea. Yep, you heard that from me. The Oilers took so many penalties that they had this many shorthand situations. And they allowed this many goals. The latter of them from Iafallo, assisted by Kopitar and Arvidsson. A bit over 9 minutes into the first overtime period. So yeah, taking penalties, stupid idea. Too many of them. I believe there was a high sticking one somewhere in there. And high sticking is one of the stupidest penalties a player can take in the game of ice hockey. So number one, that's, penalties, keep them low. Or else game one could be a no-go for the Leafs. Number two, score early and often. The Oilers, in the first period, by the end of the first period or so, or maybe the second, whatever, we're up by two goals. The Leafs could certainly take a page out of Game 1 of last season's Bolts Leafs series, a 5-0 win by the Leafs, and use it as a template. Bar, of course, the taking of a 5-minute major, which Kyle Clifford did and got himself booted for that game. But again, and certainly I understand, Sheldon Keefe, head coach of the Leafs, claimed that 2022 playoff series would be, quote, borderline violent, unquote. Physicality certainly was there. And I predict it'll be there this time. So yeah, score early and often, not just, let up off the gas when there's a 3-1 lead. I'm just going to, yeah, or I could go with that in there. Number three, defense. It's been a real concern for the Leafs this season. Against the Bolts last week, the Leafs allowed 3 goals. That's even with Joe Woll in net. That can't be good news if Samsonov goes down. I know that Woll doesn't really have any NHL playoff experience. I mean, he has regular season experience, but again, that may very well mean very little. Let's look what happened last night with the Oilers. Stuart Skinner allowed this many ugly goals. The first and third Kings ones. Should have stopped those shots. Stop either of those, the Oilers might have won in regulation rather than lost in overtime. And yeah, it sucks with that goal, earlier in overtime. That attempt to score was, no goal. It was a high stick. And that's the whole point. If the Leafs are going to score, keep their sticks at waist height or below if they're going to score goals. Put the stick up too high can create problems when trying to score goals. So yes, defense matters. The timeliness of goal scoring matters. So that's what I've discussed so far. Penalties, timely goal scoring, defense, and and goaltending. That's really what it is. The Leafs have to nail them down. Power play also will be important. Any power play opportunity, the Leafs have to take advantage of the first such opportunity. Because who knows how many they'll get. And that's going to be the key thing. Will the Leafs learn enough from how the Oilers lost and use it to improve their own game, and come up with a W rather than an L. Because there are no points for losses in overtime during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Anyway, go. So, before I go, if you like the video, you can click the like button. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you're free to do so. Please note that if you do, you'll get more time notification of when videos that I release go out. And now I'm going to wrap things up by mentioning during the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, it's go Oilers. For me, it's go Oilers go Jets go, and go Leafs go.